Okay, guys, welcome to the aftermath of Spawn Armageddon, the game review. Now, I'm recording this right after I've beaten the game, so I'm actually recording this on Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Uh, Hence why I have the Irish whiskey here. And after playing this game, obviously what I put on the review, I needed it. I needed it bad. Now, I'm just gonna go right on record and say, Spawn Armageddon fucking sucks. It fucking sucks really bad. And it really upset me. It made me sad that it was such a tedious game to play. I mean, I don't think I've played a game that's taken more patience from me in a long time to have to play and beat. First of all, the game has no replayability. The storyline is just stupid. It's just a stupid story. It doesn't make sense of anything that you would expect from Spawn, especially if you grew up reading if you read the comic books, know anything about Spawn in general, even if you only watched the HBO series, that is truly faithful to the comic books. This game is not truly faithful to anything in Spawn. Aside from the fact that the CGI cutscenes from back then look really good, and it's voiced by the same voice actor who did the HBO Spawn series. Other than that, it looks and plays like shit. Well, I don't think it looks like shit, but I mean the fact that the level designs look like shit. I'll say that for sure. I felt like they took this game, and I don't know if they didn't have any idea, or if Todd McFarlane wasn't like directly watching what these guys were doing, but imagine the first two levels of the game are beat 'em up levels, and not good ones, standard but not good, and then you repeat level 1 and 2, it seems like, throughout the entirety of the game. It's go to a room, beat up some enemies, get orbs, go to the next room, repeat for like 25 missions of the game, each having reoccurring enemies over and over and over again that don't have anything to do or ever been seen in a Spawn comic book or anything before. We're talking about your generic demons. We're talking about your generic, or your weird plant monster, tree monster things that are in Central Park. That's another thing. Out of the entire game, there's only a couple enemies and a couple of stages throughout the game that actually make sense for Spawn. The enemies that would make sense are the angels, some of the boss monsters, and then a couple of the demons maybe. But having like demon vehicles like attack Spawn, that's never been a thing. Having like random tree monster things and mechanical eyeball things, and having Spawn run through Central Park, a subway, and other retarded ass places over and over and over and over again. It was a trial of patience is what it was. It took every bit of patience to not quit playing this game. I really wanted to quit before I even got halfway through because it was so repetitive, and because, first of all, some of the stages are like broken. There are 2 points in the game that it fucked me. It fucked me over really bad, where the game froze in the middle of a stage, and because of the checkpoint system being so bad in the game, if you don't beat like a stage all the way through, it starts you back all the way to the beginning, which is like 30 minutes of gameplay that you lose because the game fucks you. There was a stage in the last part of the game, in the Angels terminal thing or whatever, where I went through a door, and I guess I went through and a door closed, and it wouldn't let me progress through the game anymore. I'm just sitting in this room. So I had to turn it off and restart all of the crap over again. Stuff like that. I cannot believe I even finished it. The boss monsters. I mean, completely uninspired. The Violator is like Spawn's arch nemesis. And yet Spawn, the battles with the Violator are stupid. They're beyond stupid. It's you doing platforming, jumping, shooting, platforming, jumping, and shooting. You're not fighting the Violator. The Violator is not attacking you. All he does is moves as slow as hell too, and smashes the ground that you're walking on as you just circle around him and shoot him until he's dead. And that happens twice. He's a boss fight twice, and it's the same exact copy and paste fight on a different, just with a different color palette. Spawn's weapons. I mean, yeah, Spawn, Al Simmons is a weapons expert, but the game is mostly all focused on having to use guns. His hell powers and necroplasm powers, I mean, they're cool. You can't upgrade them at all. You can't make them any stronger. And most of the time, the one you're going to use is the one that makes time really, really slow, because a lot of these monsters have bullet invulnerability, so they can't be hurt by bullets. And when you get close enough to hit him with Spawn's axe, it's like smacking him with a Nerf bat. So, yeah, it's just not fun. You're just grinding constantly to get orbs to upgrade the guns, which in turn can't be used on a big majority of the demons, and the angels just teleport in and out over and over and over again. So you have to do close combat. It still doesn't matter. So your best bet is to keep on using the slow-mo factor to shoot things, or get up and hit them with an axe. The axe attack is weak as F too. You can't even destroy a freaking power box in one hit. Spawn looks really good. When you watch the cutscenes at the beginning and the very first level, you're like, this game looks promising. You collect comic book covers of Spawn and stuff like that throughout the game, and you're like, wow, this is going to be cool. You get to look at all this stuff later, but no. In reality, you're going to just use the same things over and over again with Spawn. Like I said, with the weapons, the guns, the necroplasm, which also doesn't make sense, because traditionally in Spawn comics, if you know anything about Spawn, his necroplasm meter is like a time counter, and every time you see it in like a new comic book or something like that, it gets lower, and if it gets all the way to 0, Spawn returns to hell. He returns to hell. It's not him having a necroplasm meter and you just use it till it's empty. If that were the way, you'd be going to hell almost immediately. It's dumb. The story. Let's talk about how bad the story is. The story felt like one of the laziest things I've seen in a PlayStation 2 game in a long time. Basically, especially with the source material that Spawn has, with stories that they could have been used or just changed a little bit to make it unique. This is just super lazy. The Redeemer is out, and Heaven is out to get Spawn, so they trick Spawn into going to outer space to kill him, and then Spawn kills them. Stupid. Super dumb. And then it's just so bad. The game is just so boringly bad. And the fact that you have to do stuff so many times over and over and over again, it just blows your mind that First of all, this game was like 6 or 7 hours to beat. And by hour 3, I was like ready to gouge my own fucking eyes out. I was ready to like take this game and like put it on a barbecue and burn it to death. It was that bad. I did not enjoy 95% of my time playing this game. And then having to replay levels because the game like is fucked up. It's stupid. This is one of those games where having a 3D game with platforming mechanics, like I've mentioned before in a bunch of other games, can fuck it up really bad. This game is nothing but platforming. It's platforming, then being stuck in a room with invisible walls all around you, with it seemed like a loading screen every 5 seconds, just to keep you in to pad the game to death. It pads the game to death. And I think that was the big thing. This game should have been like 3 hours. It should have been 3 hours to beat, but because they make you backtrack levels, like it literally, like the level in hell, when you go to see Malbosia and make a deal, you have to go all through these stupid platforming mechanics and crap to get to Malbosia, and then to pad the game, they make you go all the way back to where you started, just to pad for an extra level, extra padding for an extra level. It's just so stupidly bad. And then when Spawn does jump, his platforming is horrible. Sometimes the cape just like doesn't want to work, and that's your way of floating, and you just fall and die, and then you have to start a level all over again from the beginning. 20 minutes fucking wasted. This is... If you were to ever come across this game, if it's anything more than a fucking dollar, don't get it. And I wouldn't get it anyway. Yeah, the cover's fucking awesome. The cover looks great. The CGI cutscenes are fucking awesome. But other than that, the game sucks. The music sucks. It's the same 2 or 3 tracks looped over and 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 over again. And every time an enemy comes, it's like the same guitar riff over and over. Just over and over. And literally, like, some of the monsters, like some of the demons and some of the angels are just like color swap palettes. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And it's not like collecting the comic book covers and stuff, the collectibles in the game, it's not like it even gives you a reward or anything at the end for getting them all. It gives you like a boost of orbs to use to upgrade the guns, which in turn you can't really even do anything with because most of the enemies are bulletproof or too fast for the guns anyway. And Spawn's melee, like I said, with his axe is like hitting enemies with a Nerf bat. Why? Why is that? I don't know. To make the game longer? It's just like very disappointing because every Spawn game that I've played, aside from the one on the Dreamcast, which isn't really a game as much as it is like a battle royale type of thing, all suck. Like the Super Nintendo one sucks. This one sucks. The Dreamcast one isn't like super good or anything, and I haven't played the one on PlayStation 1, but I'm sure it probably fucking sucks. And I did have one on the Game Boy and it fucking sucked. I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe I take it back. The one on the Game Boy Color wasn't terrible. That's probably the best one out of all the Spawn games, sadly, is the Game Boy Color one. But all the rest of these fucking suck. They all are garbage. And you know what? Fucking Namco, man. Namco. Every time it seems like I pick up a game, it's either by Namco or Bandai Namco, the games are always just lazily put together and super bad. Like this was on the level of Digimon All-Star Rumble bad for me. And if you look back in the channel's videos and you find Digimon All-Star Rumble, that's Bandai Namco. But Namco, man, it's just like, just terrible. Like, it was a good, like, they made Spawn look really good. They made his guns look good, his cape look good, and everything like that. But then the game just blows bad, real bad. And there's only like 4 enemies in the game, or 4 big boss fights in the game, I should say. And 2 of the boss fights are just the Violator, literally repeated with a different color of paint. There's Cygor, which was fucking cool. I don't know why he's the size of fucking King Kong. And the Redeemer, which the last boss fight at the end, the Redeemer, was a fucking joke. Because it was, he literally turns into like the scorpion tank thing that you fought in like the 3rd level of the game. And he just has 2 really long life bars. And that's it. And that's the end of the game. And there's no conclusion to the story at all. There's no different endings. There's just one conclusion, and it's nothing. It's literally Spawn doing the same thing. If you've ever seen Spawn, the movie or the comic book or the HBO series, it's literally the same thing Spawn says all the time. Ugh, Wanda. And then the game ends. Oh, man. And I think the saddest part is, if there was going to be a Spawn game and it was going to be like really good, this was the era it would have been in. It would have been the PlayStation 2. I don't see a Spawn game coming out now. Just like I'm losing hope more and more as months and weeks and years go by of another Spawn movie coming out. I know Todd McFarlane keeps talking about it, but I have yet to see it. And if there was going to be a year where a Spawn game was going to be good, it would have been the PlayStation 2. So, yeah, this is the aftermath of Spawn Armageddon. Literally, I haven't written the review. I literally just come off beating it. And, I mean, honestly, at the point I feel right now, the game's like a 3 out of 10. A 3. Like, bargain bin fucking quality of a game. So, yeah, another disappointment. And it sucks, because I love Spawn. I really do. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Aftermath video. You know how these go. It's just my complete raw thoughts that go up after the review is done. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you didn't, I would understand, because it's just me bitching and griping about this one. But literally this one, that's all you could do. You could only drink to numb the pain. Anyway, guys, have a good St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure you did. Actually, yeah, this is going up later. I don't know why I'm saying it now, because it is St. Patrick's Day. Anyway, see you guys in the next video, and I hope you enjoyed the Spawn Armageddon review. Later.